This is a quick tutorial on how to use our Purple Hammer solution. It's been a solution that we've had over a decade that has helped customers prevent clogs and even get clogs out and eliminate them. Now, there's a few uses that you can utilize this solution to work with your printer, and those are cleaning. So you can use this to clean your wiper blade. You can use it to clean the capping station. Now, if you're unsure about which printer this will work for, just email or comment below. We have our contact and website information in the description below. But this works for low to mid viscosity inks. So low, so we're talking extremely low, and low to mid. Now, anything above that, you'll probably need to ask us, and we can discuss that with you at the time. We are extremely well versed in our own product, but anyhow, if you have any questions at all, you can let us know. This may not work for every printer, and it doesn't work for all ink types, so keep that in mind. We're talking direct to garment, direct to film, and a few others. So anyhow, today we're going to be discussing a few things. Wet capping. So you can use this for wet capping and cleaning. If you don't know what wet capping is, it's a fancy term, and it's basically putting solution in the little top that the printhead rests in. You can use this to clean the wiper and the capping station or top. You want to clean and make sure it looks like it's brand new every time. You can also utilize this in certain scenarios where you've got ink or debris that has accumulated around or on the head. Now, if it does accumulate on the head, you want to make sure that you touch it very, very, very gently. Just hold up a blue shop towel with solution up against the printhead, and of course, utilizing gloves while doing this. You always want to make sure that you put some type of gloves on when you do that. Anything other than water and that is going into printers or is inkjet, you always want to use some gloves. But anyhow, you'll hold up the towel close to the head, very gently, and then for about a minute just hold it up against the printhead, and then rub back and forth or side by side, just depending on how the nozzles are situated. And you'll be able to get any debris off of there that's stuck. It helps to get off debris off of the nozzle plate if you've got a pretty serious situation. Sometimes it might be just debris on the plate of the head. So anyhow, those are a couple things that are ways you can utilize the solution. Another way to utilize this product effectively is to flush your system. So this takes a little bit longer than, or actually a lot longer than waterfalling. It can take a few days or a little bit longer. If nothing clears up, you may have to replace your dampers or the capping tops, or you might have another issue, and also the head could be bad electronically. So it might be worn out from so many times of being pressurized, or the electronics in the head might just be shot, and that can happen with lots of heavy use. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is not for long-term use. So anyhow, you'll need to take your ink out of your bulk system, store it so you can reuse it later. We recommend that you filter the ink out in case there's some type of sediments in there or dried ink, and it doesn't get back into your system. Now, I recommend this for people that do not have experience waterfalling or that are scared to. Now, it can be very nerve-wracking to waterfall your printhead. So this is another alternative, and the positives to this is basically you'll clean out your entire system. So it'll clear out any dried ink maybe in the lines, and then it'll slowly unclog the printhead. Now, The negative to this is that it may not be so cost effective compared to waterfalling. So to minimize the cost, of course, we do have volume discounts, but I'm not trying to sell you more. I want you to save. But anyhow, that is there. And you can also target the lines that have the issues. So if it's all four whites, you want to just target those specific colors and take the ink out of there and pour a solution in there. And you don't have to fill up your bulk system completely. So just because it is, a 2 liter or 4 liter bulk bottle that you're pouring into does not mean that you have to use up the entire bottle. Okay. So anyhow, and another thing you're going to have to think about is when you do an ink charge, a purge, or whatever your machine calls it, to pressurize the head, everybody has something different. You'll want to see which lines or individual lines, if possible, can get ink drawn out of them versus a system that when you do a cleaning or a purge or an ink charge, if it pulls from all of them, because that is going to determine how much solution you can put in the other bottles, or if you actually have to do that at all. If it's a system that draws ink from individual lines, then you can put the solution in the bulk system bottles or containers versus everything all together. So anyhow, you'll put the solution in there. You'll want to do some ink charges or purges. Also, you'll want to make sure that you clean off any debris off the head at all. After a full charge or purge or whatever it is, the system is charged with a solution. You can also wet cap it as well to tackle the bottom portion of the head as well. At the same time, it is tackling the top portion of the head. So each day, you'll let it rest for 24 hours. The first day, then the next day you'll come back and do another purge. And you just want to make sure that you wet cap it again. You just basically repeat this process throughout the day, each day. So you'll wet cap and do a purge, and you can also do smaller cleanings as well throughout the day, so you can at least try to get the solution pushed through the head. And you can also, when you think your head might possibly be unclogged, you can also do a nozzle check on some clear inkjet film and check those channels to see if they are clear. If they are not, another thing you might want to check is to replace your dampers, and then do an ink charge and then wet cap the head again, and then check your nozzles once again to see. You can hold up a clear inkjet film nozzle check and at a certain angle, and you can see which nozzles are clear and which ones aren't. So you want to keep doing this process until you feel that you've got a good nozzle check. And also, if it's not 100% perfect, there's some spots missing, I really wouldn't worry about it, and wet capping with the solution will fix it over time. You just want to make sure you do it every day so that it'll slowly clear up the clog. So anyhow, that is flushing the system. We will get into waterfalling. So here are a few tips when waterfalling for over a decade's worth of trial and error.
Just make sure that you remember to keep the printhead stationary. You'll probably need to use something like an old coffee mug depending on the printhead size. You definitely don't want to get any liquid on the electronics of the printhead, so it might be a good idea to put some type of paper towel on the side of the electronics just to catch any excess solution that may have overflown. If you haven't done this before, even if you're a veteran, it's a good idea for something to catch the liquid rather than get it on the electronics. Also, you can make a contraption to hold the head steady while you are waterfalling. Some people use an old coffee mug as well, so that might be a quick item to use. Just a heads up.
So in order to waterfall, you'll need a few things. Of course, like I said, you'll need some gloves. You'll need a plastic cup. You'll need a syringe that we have in our store. This one's a 60 milliliter size. And then you'll need a screwdriver that's smaller than a size 0. And the reason is because you'll be able to open up the port of the syringe. You want to open it up so that the syringe can fit on top of the printhead, so that you can push the solution through the top of the printhead. So anyhow, before you even work on your printer, you need to be careful. You need to make sure that you unplug both the electrical and USB or Ethernet cord, whatever has some electrical current, even if you think it's the most minute. So any of those cords you'll need to unplug before working on the printer 5 minutes prior. And the reason is because every little thing has electrical current, and it can blow main boards when you work on the printer and there's some voltage getting into your printer. So you want to keep that in mind. It will not just blow your main board, it could blow the head cables, it can blow the printhead as well. So you want to keep that in mind. And also you want to make sure that there are no inks on the electronics of the head. Maybe you've gotten some on there and you really didn't think anything about it. Actually, that's probably going to be a big problem, because once you plug in the printer, whether it's a USB or the electrical cord, everything gets fried. And it probably is not just the head and the head cables or main board. It could be other parts too, and your printer might be toast. So you want to make sure that if you suspect or you think or you want to double check, just for peace of mind, to make sure that there is nothing there, you definitely want to do that. So anyhow, going back to this waterfalling, you can also do a reverse waterfall too, which is placing the printhead into some type of Tupperware dish with solution, and then also using a syringe that's directly connected to the printhead, and then pulling outward. So you can try that, and then once you do that a few times, then you can start fresh and also push through the printhead. But anyhow, if you're going directly, which I do 99% of the time, it's very rare that I reverse waterfall. But anyhow, when I fill up the syringe, I'm only filling up 30 milliliters, because if I fill it up 60 milliliters like this one, it becomes very hard to hold it steady on top of the printhead at 60 milliliters. And if I had smaller hands, I would probably do 30 or less. So just keep that in mind. You want to keep it very steady, because if you don't, you could break one of those ports off of the printhead. So you want to keep that in mind as well. And that could mean replacing the top or the printhead altogether, just depending on the printhead you have. So you want to definitely not do that as well. And if you're waterfalling, you want to make sure that you wear some goggles if you feel like there might be some splashback. Just be safe and wear protective gear at all times. But anyhow, those are the scenarios that you can use Purple Hammer with. But other than that, those are the uses. If you have any questions, like I said, give us a call, email, comment in the description below. when you're doing this, make sure you be safe. And if this can help you and a friend, please make sure that you share this video to a friend and help them out as well. The more people that know about the product, the more people that we helped, the more sales that we get, and the more videos that we can put out there that will help you to save money in the short and long term. And we can give you advice that we've accumulated over experience for over a decade. Thank you.